there, it's Beth, and I'm back with another art journal tutorial for Calico Collage. I am back to using the bunnies again, and these two cards are absolutely just adorable. And when I saw them, I thought the perfect title for this layout would be Family is Forever. So that's the theme for this layout. And I have to say that I ran over to Walmart and I grabbed some Krylon fixative, and it worked perfectly for preventing my little cards here, the ink from smearing. Because again, I'm printing these on cardstock paper, but it's an inkjet printer and therefore the ink will smear if it gets wet. So I went ahead and sprayed them down with the Krylon, and there is no more smearing, and that stuff is amazing. Just make sure you follow the directions and make sure you use it outside because it is a very, very strong smell. Now back to the actual notebook. You saw me go ahead and spray that down with some Heidi Swap Sweet Mint, I believe it's called. I had already had a layer of some Lindy's Stamp Gang spray on here. I don't remember which color it was, but it was there, so I just kind of rolled with it. And then I'm taking this book paper and I'm just tearing it so that it can be like the base for these cards. Now, next step for me is I grab the stamp, and the Family is Forever is like in one thing, and I don't like cutting my stamps, so I just folded it around the clear acrylic block, and that seemed to work out really well for me for this particular stamp. I actually have never once cut any of my stamps. I don't know why, but I just have this fear of cutting them. I know you can, I just don't. So I went ahead and grabbed my archival ink. I was really looking for my black archival ink, but I couldn't find it. I don't know. And it's crazy that I couldn't find it because it's such a large ink pad. But that's okay. I went ahead and I used the pink archival ink that I have in my stash, and that worked out fine. The Family didn't stamp very well, but the Forever did. And so what I did to fix that was I quickly dried it with my heat gun, and then I grabbed one of my India ink brush pens. I tried this light one at first, but it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. I wish it had because it's a smaller tip, but it was too pale of a pink to do anything for me. So then I grabbed my box and darkened all of the lettering that I had just stamped, and that worked really well. If you haven't tried Pitt pens before, they are simply amazing because it's an India ink, and once they're dry, they're permanent. So that's what I absolutely love about them. Plus, if you put them down on top of a clear gesso or a matte medium or even white gesso, any type of medium like that, you get a little bit of time before it dries and you're able to blend it out and smear it. And I think that's a really cool feature of them. So the next step is, what did I do next? I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure I started gluing stuff down. This zip strip is left over. It was sitting on my desk and I just wanted to add something else to it. So I grabbed that. It's from a Felicity Jane paper, and it's just a simple white with black polka dots all over it, and I really like that. And then I stamped some more of these little hearts, used with the VersaFine ink. I wasn't planning on doing any more media on it, so I figured the VersaFine, although it is waterproof, would work just fine. Now, I watch Tiffany Solario on YouTube all the time, and she uses this Fabri-Tac glue, and I was quite interested, and I wanted to know how I would like it. Because I have Beacon 3-in-1 glue and I have tacky glue, and I'm not too fond of either one of those. So I picked up the Fabri-Tac and I grabbed it at Walmart, and it was fairly cheap. It wasn't too pricey. And I have to say, I can definitely see myself using this more, and I will definitely need a bigger bottle at some point. Then I grabbed my golden white titanium paint. And for a white acrylic paint, golden is my favorite. It's just a really nice bright white paint. So I love it. And then I use my finger because I figured it would be the best way for me to get these hearts on here. No, by no means am I trying to get these hearts perfect. And I might even go ahead and outline them some at some point, but for right now, I'm quite happy with them. And I think that is it for this layout. I really don't think I do anything else to it at this point. Oh, I'm lying. I I grabbed a chipboard key from Creative Embellishments and I embossed it with some Lindy Stamp Gang embossing powder. If you have never tried out their embossing powder, I highly suggest it because it's so pretty in real life. The camera does not do this embossing powder justice at all. And I used, what did I use? I used my embossing dauber. There you go. It took me a minute to get that word out, to get the key embossed with the ink that you need in order to use embossing powder. Anywho, after this, I had to cut the video short, and you never did get to see me actually dry the key, but you will see it in the close-up photos that right after this video. Thanks you so much for watching, and be sure to check out Calico Collage's Etsy shop. I will leave the link down below. Bye.